Where are the parents? They're down in the park and drinking metho and stuff like that.
That's a lot of bullshit.
Well,
Cut the f***ing parents off the f***ing pension. Get the kids off the street. Mother and father should have taken these stupid kids back home where they belong to, where they've been f***ing bred and born, you know?
Their parents need to be there. There needs to be other things for them to do, keep them occupied. Children are naughty. Sometimes parents need a helping hand as well, too, to provide whatever care they can. I mean, after all, the saying goes, it takes a community to raise a child, and we're living that literally right now as the whole community is trying to band together to try and raise these children.
Avia Mini for Rebel News in Alice Springs, and what you're about to watch is another report filed at therealvoice.com.au, where you can see everything we've covered here over the week. Therealvoice.com.au. Have your say, and if you think our mission is important to tell the other side of the story, the truth from here on the ground in Alice Springs, please consider chucking in a few bucks to cover the cost. Therealvoice.com.au. It wasn't cheap to get here, but I think it was well worth it. Therealvoice.com.au. Check out all our reports and share them far and wide. Enjoy this one. So there's obviously these kids that are out all night, and, you know, there's a bit of crime happening. We're seeing the windows behind you that are being smashed in. What's the cause and what's the solution for that?
The problem here is blame all the parents. Parents want to drink. Kids want to go out and do stuff. What parents do, you know?
They just want to be like their parents.
Yeah.
So that's drinking, partying, staying up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Yeah.
Is there a lot of violence at home?
Yeah, the kids, they have parents really violent. They will stay in town.
My opinion is to talk to the people who really house the kids and where they really comes from.
Their houses.
I don't know.
So you think it's the parents?
Parents, grandmother, grandfather, who they are, maybe the adopted, they can, you know.
Maybe touching base with their family, people, their parents would be a solution, and tackle it, tackle the problem.
Whose fault is that? Who do we blame for that?
Australia can't even control their children.
Oh, you think it's the parents?
Yes, indeed.
What do you think? So do you think the government can do anything to fix it?
Nothing whatsoever.
Apparently it's safer for them to be out here than it is at home, just like because whatever's going on at home, getting abused and all that, and bashed and all that shit by their drunk uncles or whatever. Yeah, we've heard a few stories, but yeah, they're not good.
They run amok here. That's what a lot of people. Why do you think that is?
Or families looking after families on grog and marijuana, and they're not bothered looking after these kids that just run wild, you know.
Mother and father should have taken these stupid kids back home where they belong to, where they've been f***ing bred and born, you know?
Most of the black and white people that I'm speaking to, they agree on most of the issues. And the problem that they're saying is it's these children and the lack of parenting for whatever reason. So
That's what I just said too.
everybody's told me the same thing.
Where are the parents? They're down in the park and drinking metho and stuff like that.
That's a lot of bullshit.
Well,
Cut the f***ing parents off the f***ing pension. Get the kids off the street.
Parents shouldn't be getting paid to raise their kids if they're not raising them. If the government are raising them, then the government need to do a total overhaul. And that's what's happening here. Government are raising these kids. I mean, we're injecting so much money into systems like...
What's been happening, I reckon, with all these young kids and that, is because their parents aren't controlling them. They're just letting them run wild. And so all these young kids have no authority, no guidance or support. They just got to do it all themselves, and that's why Alice Springs is the highest. I think it's the highest city in Australia that with crime rate and that. So yeah.
But our parents back then, we knew who was who in the zoo. I'd be walking down Gap Road from my house in Achilpa Street, heading to the cinema at 8 o'clock at night. Don Lemon, where you think you're going? I'm going cinema with my mates. I don't think so. You turn around and go home before I ring your mother. Boom, straight home. Because my mother didn't know where I was. I wanted to be a big noter. I wanted to be, you know, one of these teenagers that walk the streets. And I did, but we never hurt no one. We never damaged property. We never looked for fights. We just wanted to go and have a look at the nightlife in town because the mall was open, the cinema was open. We had things at night that us kids could go and have a look at. We had, you know, prior to the show coming to town, we had those little sideshow alleys. We had things that we could do, and we were safe to do that. You can't do that now. I wouldn't let my kids walk around here at night on their own. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't walk around here at night on my own.
All kids are naughty. They just need a bit of parental, you know, supervision to get them back on the right track. I mean, each and every one of us. I mean, if you can count your childhood, I'm sure you did something naughty, and your parents smacked the heck out of you for it. Adult supervision is what they really need.
So it turns out we've been lied to forever because the taxpayer-funded media have been blaming all the wrong issues. But as you can see, when we talk to the locals here, it's the kids and their parents. Doesn't matter who you are. So make sure to like, comment, and share this far and wide. Let the world know what the people of Alice, black and white, all think about what's going on. And then check out all our reports at therealvoice.com.au. Share all the reports there and have your say on the survey, on the poll. And finally, if you think what we're doing, our mission here, is as important as I do, please consider chucking in a few bucks to cover the cost of getting here to remote Alice Springs. Therealvoice.com.au.